Okay. Microphone. So, ayah number 59. Surah Nisa. Ayah number 59. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم فإن تنازعتم في شيء فردوه إلى الله والرسول إن كنتم تؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر ذلك خير وأحسن تأويلا ألم تر إلى الذين يزعمون أنهم آمنوا بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك يريدون أن يتحاكموا إلى الطاغوت وقد أمروا أن يكفروا به ويريد الشيطان أن يضلهم ضلالا بعيدا وإذا قيل لهم تعالوا إلى ما أنزل الله وإلى الرسول رأيت المنافقين يصدون عنك صدودا فكيف إذا أصابتهم مصيبة بما قدمت أيديهم ثم جاءوك يحلفون بالله إن أردنا إلا إحسانا وتوفيقا أولئك الذين يعلم الله ما في قلوبهم فأعرض عنهم وعظهم وقل لهم في أنفسهم قولا بليغا وما أرسلنا من رسول إلا ليطاع بإذن الله ولو إنهم إذ ظلموا أنفسهم جاءوك فاستغفروا الله واستغفر لهم الرسول لوجدوا الله توابا رحيما صدق الله العظيم. So ayah number 59, we covered this ayah last week, but very briefly. So this ayah is a very, very important ayah because it is one of the most fundamental ayah, very basic, fundamental ayah of Quran, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, "O those people who believe, obey Allah and obey His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa ulil amri minkum, and those who are people in power." And amr here means power, and amr means matter as well. Matter. That in whose hand are the matters of everything. Minkum, amongst you, meaning among Muslims. So this ayah actually teaches us that along with Allah and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have to obey people who are people of knowledge, people of wisdom. So you remember here, it also means that the itaat of Allah and Rasul cannot happen until we follow the ulamas, the fuqaha, the jurists. Okay? For example, Allah could have said, follow Allah and Rasul, that's it, finish. But our following of Allah and Rasul is not possible without the following of ulamas, the rightly guided ulamas, the fuqaha, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam, those mujtahideen. Because it is not for people these days who say that only Quran, Hadith should be followed, nobody else. Right? So they are foolish. And they're idiots. Because they don't understand this. How can you follow Allah and Rasul sallallahu without following the ulamas? Although they also are following ulamas, but they're not accepting it. Are they? Are they? For example, I give you a few examples of this. Let's say there is a hadith in any book, Bukhari, Muslim, any book. And you say, well, this is a Sahih Hadith. How do you know? Huh? Who said that? Yeah. Yeah, if you are following Albani, so you are following Albani. But they don't accept it. Okay? So it is very important for us to understand that it is not possible for anyone in Deen to discard all the ulama, all the fuqaha, all the mujtahideen and say, okay, I'm just following Allah and the Rasul. Right? That's number one. Number two thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran have said, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ وَالزُّبُرِ. If you do not know, ask. And ask Ahlul Dhikr. Ahlul Dhikr means Ahlul Ilm. Right? So, فَاسْأَلُوا, ask. So, ask, right? فَاسْأَلُوا. Who is saying this? Allah. Allah. So meaning Allah is not saying just ask Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam or look into Quran. Okay? If okay, if following Quran would have been sufficient, or following Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would have been sufficient, Allah would not have said Fasalu ala dhikr. Ask the people of knowledge. Okay? When Allah is saying Fasalu ala dhikr in kuntum la ta'lamun, if you don't know, ask the people of knowledge. So this means that ita'atul ulama is wajib. Okay? Otherwise, if you don't agree, delete this ayah. But delete this ayah in the Quran. Okay? So Quran is telling us in multiple places, right, that ask. And you don't ask juhala. You ask ulama. Right? So when you ask ulama for what? That what they will tell me, I should follow. Right? So here, ita'atul ulama is mandatory. So here, ulul amr means fuqaha, ulama, mujtahideen. This is why in matters in which awam or common people could not understand, the matters which common people could not understand, even ulamas also could not understand. So there is higher level of people, ulamas, which are called mujtahideen. We refer to mujtahideen. Mujtahideen are Imam Hanifa, Imam Sufyan Saudi, all those. Sufyan ibn Uyayna, these are mujtahideen. So now we all go to them that what had they said regarding this. Right? And ulamas follow mujtahideen. Ulama themselves follow mujtahideen. And then ulamas teach that to the people. But nowadays, this liberal kati patang style, they say, Bas Allah Rasul, Bas, that's it. Ulamas, no, astaghfirullah. Why are you following ulamas? Those are foolish people. They are foolish people. So they themselves do not know what they are talking about. Allah is saying, Fas'alu ahla dhikri. Ask the people of knowledge. You are saying, no, why? Was Allah Rasul? And here Allah is saying, Atiullah wa Atiur Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. And again, if Allah, ta'ad of Allah and Rasul would have been sufficient, why should have Allah said, ulil amri minkum? Right? Or, if you don't agree, delete this from Quran. Delete it from Quran. Right? And then last week I mentioned to you that the Islamic fiqh law, right, comprises of every aspect of our life, right? Zafar bhai? Which is the ayah in Quran which Allah said, follow Quran, deen in your whole life. قل إن صلاتي ونسكي ومحياي ومماتي Lillahi Rabbil Alameen. We are not Christians who just go to church only for few minutes on Sunday, and then after that, you are free to do whatever you want to do. So Islam is a way of life, right? From morning till evening, what should we do is dictated to us by Deen. ठीक है ना? So that's inna salati, my salah, my nusuk, meaning Hajj, and wa mahyaya, and my life, and even my death. Everything is for Allah. Okay? Now, when everything is should be according to Allah's will, right? When we look into Quran, we find that Allah has mentioned some important aspects of our life. The rest Allah have not mentioned. And when we look into the hadith of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we find many teachings of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, beautiful teaching, but not all. But not all. So it was not possible for a prophet to tell us everything. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us what? The fundamentals. Fundamentals of Deen. You get that? Grassroots. And now Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, any issue that comes, right? New issues, new questions that come, these are the principles. Bring that new issue, right? And put it in this, on these, fundamentals. And you'll get the answer. Now, who will bring those new issues to the fundamental? Are mujtahideen and fuqaha. Okay? New issues come, right? A basic example. Loudspeaker, microphone. New issue is salah accepted, or should salah be performed when the Imam is using the microphone? New issue. Now this issue should be brought by the mujtahideen to the ummahatul usul, to the basic usul, and you will get the answer, yes or no. If Rasulullah would have told, okay, there will be a time when microphone would be invented, it would not be possible, right? So mujtahideen. So now we are following what? Ishada. Whom are we following? Ulil amri minkum. By following ulil amri minkum, we are following Allah and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you delete ulamas, who will tell you? If you delete mujtahideen, Samir bhai, who will tell you? Nobody, right? Acha, Aslam bhai, you are fasting. Let's say, argue scenario, right? Doctors tell you that, oh, you have an appointment that day and you have to take shots, injection. You are fasting. Now what do? You call me and you say, Hafsab, tell me, can I take injection? Can I take shot when I am fasting? So I'll tell you, yes, it is permissible. You can take. It will not break your wudu. Okay, alhamdulillah, thank you. Jazakallah. How did I know? By injection of shots, these things were not present at the time of Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So how did I know that it is okay? Mujtahideen. They did ijtihad, right? They came to this conclusion that it is okay. If anything that goes into your body from your mouth, that will break your wudu. That will break your fast. Another issue, basic issue, I'm just telling you a few examples so you should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah has given us great mujtahideen that had done the hard work. All we have to do is follow. Acha, Ishada, you are praying salah and Let's say you started laughing. Kaha. Kaha means laughing in a loud voice, loud enough that the person who's standing next to you happens to listen. That is kaha. So kaha, although crying in salah is not naqizu salah, it will not break your wudu salah. But laughter in salah will break your salah. Will break your salah. How do we come to this? From the ijtihad of mujtahideen. Okay? So there are maybe thousands and thousands and thousands of such masail, right? From zakat to fasting to everything. Now, for example, zakat. This is a very common question. Zakat on stocks, right? Stocks, something that is relatively new. They were not present at the time of Rasulullah, right? So stocks, Mujtahideen told us about it. Okay? So now through Mujtahideen, now the present day scholars and fuqaha learned the lesson of it from Mujtahideen. Okay? So now when we talk about stocks, halal or haram, how much zakat should be paid on stocks, and so on and so forth, we learn it from the book of fiqh. So we are following ulil amri minkum. Okay? Okay? So insurance, there is no ayah in Quran or Hadith that had prohibited insurance or it had allowed insurance. But insurance is permissible. But you came to the masjid on what? On a camel or on a horse? No. You came on a car, and each one of us drove. Alhamdulillah. Each one of us have a driving license and a insurance, right? So how did we learn that insurance is halal? How do we know that life insurance is halal or haram? How do we know that health insurance is halal? I mean, all these issues. Quran, Hadith is not telling us the answer directly. Allah said, imagine, had Allah mentioned all of these issues, let's think. Quran would have been a dry book. Nobody would have been reading Quran. Because law books are very boring, dry. You know. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us fundamental principles. And Rasulullah gave us fundamental principles. Common Muslims could not understand that. Right? For that we need ulama and mujtahideen. This is why Allah says, Fas'alu ahla dhikri. Ask. Allah is not saying each one of you should go and know the answer by your own efforts. No. I don't know. Fas'alu ahla dhikr. Ask those people who have knowledge. In kuntum la ta'lamun. If you do not know, bil bayyinati wa zubur. So anyhow, the bottom line is that these days in the world, it's sometimes very frustrating that people say, "Oh, just don't follow ulama, don't follow mujtahideen, just follow Allah and Rasul." Nowadays, I follow Quran, Hadith. That's it, right? So nobody can be a Muslim just by following Quran, Hadith. Quran, Hadith is telling us follow ulamas, Allah, Rasul, and ulamas. Yes. What do I mean by saying mujtahideen? Mujtahideen mean those ulamas in the past who had a level of knowledge that had made them mujtahid. Mujtahid means somebody who can do ijtihad. Ijtihad means that he knows the principles of fiqh, of law, and he is able to derive answers of the new questions using those principles. Yeah. So they are mujtahideen. So ulil amri minkum mean ulama, especially mujtahideen. So brothers, don't be on your own. You should look into what ulama have said regarding different things in deen and follow them. So by following them, you are following Allah and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Remember, by following them, you are following Allah and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, ठीक है ना? ठीक है. चले. So, فَإِن تَنَازَعْتُمْ فِي شَيْءٍ, when you have a dispute over any matter, فَرُدُّوهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, then bring that matter to Allah and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In kuntum tu'minuna billahi wal yawmil akhir. If you truly believe in Allah and on the day of judgment. ذَلِكَ خَيْرٌ, this is the better thing to do. وَأَحْسَنُ تَأْوِيلًا, and this is the best end, anjam. This is the best ta'wila here means this is the best end to your issues. Okay, so now the next ayah. Now the next ayah had a background quickly, and the background is that the background is that as a Muslim, right? As a Muslim, when you come to know that this is the judgment of Allah and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, any issue that you have, you say this is what Allah and Rasul have said. So for mu'min, this should be the last word. Bas. Allah and Rasul have said, that's it. If there are people who are saying contrary to that, opposite to that, right? A mu'min, a believer, should not and must not pay any attention to what others are saying. Because a mu'min, Allah and Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what they said, that should matter. जैसे आज मैंने एक निकाह पढ़ाया था. Today I did a nikah. Janaza after Zuhar Sahib. Somebody passed away, brother. So these days people are passing so fast, brother. Tomorrow, brother Shahid Ahmed. Somebody, brother Shahid Ahmed, passed away. He's 62 years old. So these days people are. I told you the story in the morning in Hadith Chief class. I think some of you were not here. आप लोग भी नहीं थे. So I'll tell you, there's a doctor from India, 45 years old. He passed away yesterday. And 45, a young, healthy, completely fit fat at Health Central Hospital. So how did he die? A brother a doctor brother, if he knows him, he told us that after he called 6 o'clock in the morning, he called 6:30 in the morning, he called his nurses and his staff at the hospital that, I have, how many patients do I have? They said, oh, I have this many patients you have to see. So I said, okay, prepare everything, I'll be there shortly. Prepare all the charts and all that, I'll be shortly. So the nurse said, okay, so fine, we are waiting. 6:30 in the morning. Then he went to his bedroom, maybe to take shower or to take rest, or we do not know. At 8 o'clock, his wife went to the bedroom. Okay, why is he not coming? It's time for him to go to work. She went there, and he was found dead. Heart failed, dead. Nurses are waiting. Patients are waiting. Right? And the doctor himself is dead. Yeah? 45 years old. Okay? So, this is life. So these days, such things are happening very fast. Anyhow. No. So, so what I was saying in the morning? Yeah, so I was telling you about this nikah that I did today. The boy is 27 years old, belong to a Muslim country, Arab Muslim country. He was marrying a girl who's an American. So while filling up the nikah certificate, I asked them a few questions. So I asked them, have you done civil marriage? Have you gone to the county? Say, yeah, we have done. When did you do this? 2019. I said, okay, 2000, but this 2022 and 22 is also coming to an end. So, so yeah, we are living husband and wife. I said, but you have not done nikah. Yeah, we thought that it's about time to get nikah done. 3 years living without nikah. Civil, yeah, yeah. But civil marriage is not nikah. Civil is not nikah because there are no witnesses there. There has to be at least two witnesses, Muslim witnesses. Ijab Qabul has to be done, right? Mahr amount has to be stipulated, but none of that. Okay? I mean, civil marriage is done that you go, take your fancy, go there, give your driving license, give your driving license, and the lady there does all the paperwork, and then stamps it. You are married. So it's a civil marriage. It's not Islamic marriage. You are not husband and wife yet. Okay? So, but what I'm saying is that people know it is haram, but they do not care. They do not care. So here, this ayah is also regarding the same thing that there was a person in Medina who was a munafiq. His name was Bishr, but Bishr, and he was a munafiq. What happened was that he had an issue with another Muslim. So he had an issue with a Jewish person. So they were fighting over it. So they wanted somebody, right, to be the judge. So now Yahudi said, let's go to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yahudi said, let's go to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Whatever he will decide, I will accept. Because he knew that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam always decides what's right. But Bishr said, no, no. He said, let's go to Ka'b ibn Ashraf. Who was Ka'b ibn Ashraf? He was a Yahudi. He was a Yahudi leader. So he said, let's go there. So Yahudi said, that, bhai, what is this? I'm saying that let's go to your Prophet Sallallahu and they're saying no. Anyhow, he insisted. Yahudi said no. So Bishr said, okay, let's go. So they went to Rasul. Rasulullah listened to the whole matter, decided in favor of Yahudi against Bishr. So Bishr was not pleased. After listening to Rasul, he was not satisfied. So uh, he said to what's called the Yahudi that at least let's go to one more place. He said, who? He said, Umar. Why Umar? Because he felt that Umar is strict against Yahudi. So when he will see that at least I look like a Muslim, he was a munafiq, that I am a Muslim from outside at least. So he will have soft corner for me, right? And hard corner for him, for Yahudi. So he went there. Umar was resting. They knocked the door. Umar came out. What is it? He listened to the story. And then he said to Bishr, so you mean to say that you went to Rasulullah? Rasulullah listened to you, he gave time to you, he listened to you. Then he gave a judgment, right? and you said no. You said no to Rasulullah, that you don't agree with the judgment of Rasulullah. And that judgment was in favor of Yahudi. So that's what I'm saying. That judgment of Rasulullah was in favor of Yahudi. You see what I mean, Umar? You know, Umar said, okay, so Rasulullah said something and you don't agree. And then you claim to be a Muslim. Yes, I'm Muslim. It's okay. Wait for me one minute. Umar went inside, brought a sword, attacked him, killed him. He said, a person who becomes murtad, it's murtad, yeah. So, yeah. So this is the punishment. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayah. Now there was an argument that why Umar killed, he has no authority to kill, that's another issue. Right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayah. Right? Allah said, Alam, it doesn't mean that people should do what Umar did. Please understand that. Right? Please, because remember it was initial years of Islam, things were not established, there was no government established, nothing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala later on forbade it. So let's say if somebody is saying something against our Rasul sallallahu against Quran, we have no authority to hurt, harm or kill that person. Please. Don't take this example and say, oh, Umar did it. Some people in your country I have heard on television saying that. This is completely absurd. You know. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said regarding this, Alam tara ila alladhina, don't you see those people who claim, yaz'umun, annahum amanu, that they have iman, bima unzila ilayk, they have iman upon that book which I have revealed to you, wa ma unzila min qablik, and they have iman upon that book that we have revealed to you, that we have revealed before you, meaning Tawrat and Injil. So they claim that we have iman upon Quran and we have iman upon Tawrat and Injil. يريدون أن يتحاكموا إلى الطاغوت. Still, they wish to take their matters to a shaitan. Taghut here means shaitan. Still, they want to take their matters to a shaitan. وَقَدْ أُمِرُوا أَن يَكْفُرُوا بِهِ. Although they have been instructed, they should reject shaitan. But when it comes to matters, they say, no, let's go to Ghairullah. Not to Islam, Islamic law, but to non-Islamic law. وَيُرِيدُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَن يُضِلَّهُمْ ضَلَالًا بَعِيدًا. And remember that shaitan intends to take you far away from the straight path. And وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ تَعَالَوْا, when it is told to them, تَعَالَوْا, come, إِلَى مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ وَإِلَى الرَّسُولِ, that come towards the teachings of Allah and the Rasul, رَأَيْتَ الْمُنَافِقِينَ, you'll see munafiqeen, hypocrites, يَصُدُّونَ عَنْكَ صُدُودًا, right? That they want to run away from you. Right? They stop people, meaning they want to run away from you. فَكَيْفَ, how is it possible? إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ بِمَا قَدَّمَتْ أَيْدِيهِمْ, that when they are in any matter, when they find themselves in any trouble, in any matter, and this matter or this problem is because of their own wrongdoings, ثُمَّ جَاءُوكَ, then they come to you. To you means to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. يَحْلِفُونَ بِاللَّهِ, they are swearing by Allah. They're saying, Wallahi, Wallahi, Wallahi. In aradana illa ihsana wa tawfiqa. We have come to you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so you can tell us what is right. And our intention is to follow what is right. And they are munafiq. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُ اللَّهُ مَا فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. These are all hypocrites. And Allah knows what is hidden in their hearts. فَأَعْرِضْ عَنْهُمْ, avoid them. وَعِزْهُمْ, and teach them what is right. وَقُلْ لَهُمْ فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ قَوْلًا بَلِيغًا. وَقُلْ لَهُمْ and then tell them what is good for them. And what is good for them is that when you have Iman, then the word of Allah and His Rasul should be the last word. Right? So, brothers, lesson to you and me is that when we are Muslims, Alhamdulillah, then the judgment of Allah and Rasul Sallallahu should be the last judgment. After hearing the judgment from Allah and Rasul, we should not go to any ghairullah. And then the last ayah is وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا لِيُطَاعَ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. And I have not sent Rasul, any Rasul, but the fact that he should be obeyed. He should be obeyed by people with the permission from Allah. Meaning, the purpose of sending every Rasul in this world is that he should be obeyed. Right? But, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ, but if these people, and whenever people, ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ, whenever they do sins, whenever they do sins, and they want to make tawbah, ja'uka, and they come to you, O Muhammad sallallahu saying that, O Muhammad sallallahu, I have done this, said this, fastaghfirullah. And if people are doing istighfar, that, oh Allah forgive me, oh Allah forgive me, wastaghfara lahumur rasul. And if Rasul will also seek forgiveness for them, lawajadullah tawwabur rahima. Definitely they will find Allah to be the most, Rahim, and Tawwab means the one who accepts Tawbah. Right? Meaning when Rasul was alive, people wanted to do Tawbah, all they have to do is do Tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and go to Rasul and request him that Ya Rasulullah, you can also refer my case to Allah. وَاسْتَغْفَرَ لَهُمُ الرَّسُولُ. The Rasul, if Rasul accepts and does istighfar for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept your tawbah. That is the benefit of having Rasul sallallahu with you, that you can go to him anytime and ask him that, Ya Rasulullah, I had made this sin, I am doing tawbah and istighfar, but if you can also, recommend me to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Just like you go to awliyaullah, to ulamas, to pious people and say, please make dua for me, right? In the same way, you are going to Rasul sallallahu and saying, oh, Ya Rasulullah, make dua for me, because you are Rasulullah. May Allah accept. Okay, so now regarding this, it is recommended, our ulama have recommended that when you go to visit the qabr of Rasul sallallahu, right? So after presenting salat and salam to Rasul sallallahu, right? You should turn towards the qibla, right? And read this ayah. Read this ayah. And in which Allah have said, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ إِذْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ جَاءُوكَ فَاسْتَغْفَرُوا اللَّهَ وَاسْتَغْفَرَ لَهُمُ الرَّسُولُ لَوَجَدُوا اللَّهَ تَوَّابًا رَحِيمًا. And say to Allah that, Allah, I have wronged, I am a sinner, right? I have sinned, so I am here standing next to the qabr of Rasul sallallahu at this blessed prayer place. Allah, I'm asking you to forgive me, right? So inshallah, Allah will forgive you, right? So read this ayah and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you, inshallah. Mr. Tariq. Subhanallah wa bihamdik, subhanakallah wa bihamdik. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. وصلى الله وسلم على النبي الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله.